On April 6, 2026, 4 astronauts flew over something no human being had ever seen with their own eyes. And when they looked out the window, they went completely silent. This is what they found. On April 6, 2026, 4 humans flew over the far side of the moon for the first time in over 50 years. And what they saw left the astronauts speechless, left mission control speechless, left the entire global scientific community speechless. Because it was not what anyone expected. Today, we're going to break down exactly what Artemis II discovered on the far side of the moon, step by step, frame by frame. And I'll explain why some of these findings still have no complete scientific explanation. Let's start with something that has haunted scientists for decades: the Orientale Basin. Imagine 3 perfectly smooth concentric rings carved into the surface of the moon, one inside the other, like a giant bullseye, nearly 600 miles across, frozen in lunar rock over 3.7 billion years ago. This structure sits on the far side of the moon, and before April 6th, 2026, no human being had ever seen it in full. Not once, in all of human history. From Earth, we can only catch a glimpse of its edge because it sits right on the boundary between the near and far sides. Even the most powerful telescopes could only capture a fraction of it. Robotic probes photographed scattered pieces from orbit, but no human eye had ever taken it all in at once. With the full pattern recognition, the intuition, the awareness that only a human brain can bring. Until Victor Glover flew over it. As the moon rotated past the Orion capsule's window, during a navigation maneuver, Glover grabbed a camera with a 400mm zoom lens and took a photo that left him completely lost for words. "Obviously, we're not in Kansas anymore," he said live to Mission Control, "because you simply cannot see this structure whole from Earth. And what we're looking at right now is already unlike anything seen before." So what makes the Orientale Basin so unsettling? 3 perfectly symmetrical concentric rings, and they don't fit our current models of crater formation. When an asteroid strikes a planet or moon, you typically get one simple circular crater. But here, 3 perfect rings. The leading theory says the impact was so catastrophic that the lunar crust essentially melted. That melt rippled outward like a massive slow-motion wave, then froze, locking 3 concentric mountain rings in place forever. Sounds reasonable. But here's the problem. Nobody has ever reproduced this in a lab. Computer simulations cannot fully explain why these rings are so perfect, so geometrically precise, so mathematically exact. And now, the high-resolution images from Artemis II, seen through human eyes for the first time, are already sparking serious debate. Are we even modeling this correctly? Or is there something fundamental about this process we simply don't understand yet? But the Orientale Basin wasn't the only surprise. During their 7-hour flyover, the astronauts also crossed the Hertzsprung Basin, another giant on the lunar far side. It too has concentric rings, 2 this time, nearly perfect. But they're interrupted by Vavilov Crater, a later impact that slammed directly into the ancient structure and partially shattered it. The result was a landscape scientists describe as a window into 2 separate eras of the solar system's history, layered on top of each other like pages no one had ever been able to read in full. The mission's chief science officer called these images a genuine treasure for lunar science. Decades of theory, now being compared for the very first time against what human eyes actually saw. But then something happened that nobody anticipated. During a solar eclipse, when the moon completely blocked the sun and its surface fell into total darkness from the Orion capsule's perspective, the astronauts noticed something strange. Lights flashed on the dark side of the moon. 6 bright, rapid flashes, different locations, different moments. Commander Reed Wiseman reported it first. "Things got pretty exciting up here," he said, then added, "No question, those are impact flashes, definitely objects striking the lunar surface, meteors hitting the moon in real time, witnessed by human eyes for the first time in history." But what stunned scientists wasn't the impacts themselves. They knew that was possible. What stunned them was the frequency. 6 collisions, less than 1 hour of observation, a relatively small area of the lunar surface. From that perspective, the moon is being bombarded by meteorites far more often than our current models predict. And that raises questions that are no longer rhetorical. What does this mean for the Artemis IV astronauts who are supposed to walk on that surface in 2028? What does it mean for the permanent lunar base NASA is planning to build there? What does it mean for the people who will actually live there? These are questions NASA's science team is actively trying to answer right now, using Artemis II data. Because the answers will literally determine whether that future lunar base is safe for its inhabitants or not. But there's one more thing. And this might be the most unsettling observation made on the entire far side flyover. Christina Koch described something no astronaut had ever documented with this level of precision and detail before. While observing smaller, relatively fresh craters on the lunar surface, she noticed they were scattering light in a completely unexpected way. "It looks like a lampshade with tiny holes punched through it," she told Mission Control, live. "They're so bright compared to everything else around them." Fresh craters glowing with an anomalous intensity that didn't match any known model of how sunlight reflects off the lunar surface. The current explanation, material freshly ejected by recent impacts, hasn't yet undergone space weathering, the slow process by which solar radiation and solar wind gradually darken and chemically alter the moon's surface over billions of years. Freshly exposed rock hasn't been through that yet, so it reflects more light. That makes sense on paper. But Koch, not just an astronaut, but a scientist with a PhD in aerospace engineering, said the intensity of what she was seeing was something she simply could not have believed without her own eyes. No photograph, no robotic probe data, no computer simulation had prepared her for what she saw in reality. And the data from those direct human observations is now being analyzed in laboratories across the world. Then came the eclipse. 54 minutes of complete darkness, the moon fully blocking the sun, as seen from inside Orion, an experience no human being had ever had before, in deep space over 250,000 miles from Earth. From Earth, total solar eclipses last a few minutes at most. The historical record is around 7 minutes and 32 seconds. The Artemis II crew experienced 54 minutes of total darkness. And at the edge of the moon during that eclipse, the astronauts saw something the scientific community is still actively debating. An unexpected glowing halo appeared around the dark lunar disk. Structures the astronauts themselves described live as glowing thin hairs along the moon's edge, like the finest threads of light reaching out from the surface into the surrounding space. NASA officially stated that scientists are now working to understand the nature of this effect. Was it caused by the solar corona, the sun's outer atmosphere, normally invisible behind its own brightness, or zodiacal light, the diffuse glow from interplanetary dust scattering sunlight, or some combination of multiple effects that had simply never been captured from this vantage point in deep space before? There is no answer yet. And for a space agency that has spent decades studying the moon with the most sophisticated instruments humanity has ever built, that is an extraordinarily rare position to be in. 4 astronauts, 7 hours over the far side of the moon, 10,000 photographs, and a list of phenomena that science is still trying to process. Weeks after the crew came home, perfectly symmetrical rings that don't fit existing impact models and whose mathematical precision still has no complete explanation. Meteorite impact flashes at a frequency that exceeds our current models and raises serious questions about the safety of future crewed missions. Craters, glowing at an intensity only a human eye could detect, now driving entirely new lines of scientific research, and a luminous halo during the eclipse that even the world's best astrophysicists cannot yet fully explain. The far side of the moon has kept its secrets in darkness for billions of years. Artemis II has only just begun to reveal them. And what comes next, with Artemis IV in 2028, when astronauts will set foot on a surface no human has ever touched, could change everything we think we know about the moon, and possibly about ourselves. If this video opened your eyes the way it opened mine, share it with someone who needs to see this. See you in the next one.